Oh, the weather outside is brightening. The soil is nice and warm. It's summertime down the plot. Welcome to the green life. Now the temperatures have risen quite a bit this year. Currently in the greenhouse it is 35 degrees and just a little bit less outside. Certainly summertime is here. Welcome to the Green Life this June. Thank you for joining me once again. I'm Ivor Leake, bringing you hints and tips of how you can live your best sustainable life with the Green Life. Now, the last time we met, I did a little video all about plotting those early potatoes, and you can revisit it on the PTube channel right now. Now, it's June time and time to harvest those earlies. And earlier on this week, I was out on my plot digging up my first earlies for my summer salad. Here are just two of those potatoes I dug up, and what beauties they are indeed. These were of the rocket variety, and believe me, those buggers have been a rocket and they've gone off all over the place as well. There's millions of the buggers underground and I've got 2 sacks full. Now, if you're a little bit like me and not a normal person, I don't like to waste much. So when you come to do your potatoes, your earlies this year, and you find yourself looking at some mini ones about this size, why not do the Ivor Leake way and not waste a tot at all? What I like to do with these mini potatoes is pick up as many as I can, pop them in a little bowl and mash them all up. Add a little butter and you've got yourself some delicious mashed potatoes. So there we go. Tip number 1, don't waste your mini rocket earlies. Use them for mashed potatoes. Also this month on the plot, I've been digging up my first lot of carrots. Now these carrots came from the Paris market, and these are the nice stumpy little ones like that. You see, got a nice little wiggly tail on there. Now I've been digging these ones up and I'll be having them in my summer stew at some point, and they are absolutely delicious. Also, sometimes what happens with your carrots is you get a few little wonky ones like that. And now this is a condition on the plot we like to call your carrots being a little bit fucked. Now if you have fucked your carrots this year, don't worry, you can still save them. Just chop them up and have a nice stew for later. So tip number 2 there, don't waste your fucked carrots. Also harvesting on the plot this year is the spring onions. Now, I planted my spring onions around about the end of March, and all the wet weather we had throughout April, and now all the glorious sun we are basking in, they are ready to be harvested. And there we go, one of my little spring onions, little beauty like that. What I like to do to make sure my spring onions are ready is just pluck a couple from the ground, make sure, wiggle them and then shake the little soil off, wash them under, tap outside over inside, then have a little nibble. Now these spring onions are of a very tangy variety and have got a little bit of a kick to them. But yes, if you've planted spring onions, now's the time to harvest them. Now, one of the annoying things about summertime, particularly if you have a greenhouse, is that you get a lot of bloody pests in here. They like buzzing around and flying around, little insects that come to sit on your peppers or your tomatoes, and I tell you, they are bloody annoying when you see them. There we go there. Look, one bloody fly. Nice big chunky one here. Blue bottle. Yeah, definitely a blue bottle, and that's the way you can get rid of them. Give them a nice whack, and nice chunky one, that one as well. Give your pests a good whacking and get rid of them. Stop them from taking a nibble at your tomatoes or peppers. Definitely a blue bottle. Now, since we last met, many of you have sent in a few questions for me to answer, all about how you too can live the green life. Question number 1, which was sent on Twitter by a lady called Deirdre. Dear Mr. Leek, when did you start living a green life? What inspired you to get back to the soil? Well, Deirdre, I started living the green life back in the 1970s. I was inspired by the BBC situational comedy series The Good Life, featuring the late Richard Briers, the very posh and snooty Penelope Cough, and the very flirtatious Felicity Candle. Very funny situational comedy, and yes, that was my first dose at getting back to the soil, getting back to the land, growing my own and living the green life. Question number 2, which was sent over the social media Instagrammy page with a hashtag LeekIver. Dear Mr. Leek, how can I protect my straw boobies? Now, to protect your boobies the Ivor Leek way, what I like to do, I like to put my boobies in a basket and then put a bit of hay, a little bit of straw to protect them as they start to appear. Once your boobies are nice and juicy, then you can pluck them. Once you start to see they're forming, however, one of the best ways to protect them is to tie a little netted bag around each boobie. That will protect them from being pecked from any blue titty that is out in your plot or your greenhouse. Question number 3, sent via the email peps.parts21 Gmail. Hello, Mr. Leek. I have a question for you about the green life. My soil is a little bit clumpy. What should I do? Well, if you are suffering from clumpy soil this year, what I like to do with those clumpy bits is add a little bit of horse manure or chickie manure in there to smother the soil and engage its orgasms in the soil as well. Then give it a nice big sprinkling of water. That should hopefully stop you getting some clumpy bits in your soil. Final question, thank you very much. Dear Mr. Leek, some big tits keep having a go at my blueberries. What should I do? Well, if you're like me and you're growing some blueberries this year and you're a little bit worried that they are going to be pecked by some pesky things with wings, all those big boobies, big tit birds out there, then what I like to do is put a net over them. Not the blueberries, no, the birds. So the next time you're on your plot, have a little watch and grab yourself a net. And as soon as you see one of those big tits coming for your blueberries, then give it a good whack and catch the bugger with the net. Well, thank you for all those questions. Once again, if you'd like more information of how you can live the best sustainable life with the green life, then pop your questions with the hashtag #TheGreenLife with Ivor Leek on Pepp's Facebook Wookie page, Instagram page, or even on the comments section below in this video. Thank you for joining me this month. I've been Ivor Leek with the Green Life.